Those are cauliflower nugget bites from Favor by Happy, and they're really good. The boys love it very much, but I also want to give them a more varied diet. So this is sweet potatoes. Okay, food goes in here. Water. Now you have to make sure that when you close this thing, that actually locks, because you want to line it up like this hole with this part right there. So there we go. It's all locked up now, and we can start. Now this baby is only like 100 ringgit. Look at how high quality the plastic is. It's not like that cheap stuff that you get. I love it. And how pretty is it, huh? If it's not tight like that, maybe it will not blend. One trick is to add some water so it's like nice and goopy. Otherwise, you'll just have clumps. The best thing is, even if you forget about it, it will turn off by itself once the water runs out, so you don't have to worry about burning down the house. Hi, it's Veronica, this is Liam, and this is Tobias. And today we're going to talk about feeding. Now, there are two methods that you can use. One, the traditional way, which is spoon feeding, and the other one, which is the new and improved Angmo way called baby-led weaning. Now, I really wanted to do baby-led weaning because my best friend did it with her daughter, and it turned out great. She could feed herself by the time she was like 1, and she wouldn't like make a mess at all. So I was like, dude, I want that. And I really enjoyed watching videos of her kid feeding herself. It's the kind of mukbang that I would watch. It is so adorable. So I really wanted to do that, but at I think like 8 months, they still weren't showing an interest in food, which is quite worrying, because if you still haven't introduced food to your kid, okay, that's gagging. He's just expelled the food out from his throat, and that's good job, baby. Yeah, they did a good job. When I was doing my research for baby-led weaning, I came across a few videos, and they said that you will have to get used to your child gagging, and that's when they do a thing. And that is completely normal. People usually freak out because they think that that means choking, but it's not. It's just a gag reflex, and it's actually good for them to develop this because it teaches them to expel food that is too big for their mouths, and that actually can save them in the long run. Okay, so by the 8th month, I think they still weren't that interested in food. If you introduce food too late to your kid, you might cause some developmental problems with their motor skills, their chewing skills. It might even cause them to have speech delays because, you know, this part here is not developed. So I had no choice but to give up on my baby-led weaning dreams and resort to the traditional spoon feeding, much to the joy of my mom and my mom-in-law. There's something about older people and feeding babies. They just want to be involved. So my mom had a great time cooking like porridge and stuff for them to eat. So in the beginning, they were also quite adverse to eating. They didn't like whatever I was putting into their mouths, and like they didn't even want to put their toys into their mouths. That's what made it so concerning. I'm like, they're not interested in eating at all. They don't understand the concept of food, and they don't know what their mouths are for. Baby-led weaning basically allows the baby to wean themselves. So you give them like chunky food, and then they're supposed to learn to eat it themselves. It trains your child to be more independent and supposedly less picky when it comes to food. Oh my god, I could hear moms all around the world just collectively scoff at me and say, ha! You wish. The older generation is not going to be very happy that you pick baby-led weaning because they feel like it's very dangerous. They're very paranoid. Spoon feeding, on the other hand, is, I guess, a lot safer because the food is like already smashed up, and there's like a very low chance for your child to choke on mush. Do you want to grab that? You say, okay, go ahead, you can. Did I try? Do you like it? Oh, food before 1 is just for fun. I think like for food, it's more of an experience rather than eating to be full. Adults, we eat to be full, but for kids, it's more about the texture, about the taste. It's all an experience. Everything with baby, it's about learning, right? So you don't have to expect your kid to just pick up eating right away, but don't delay it too long, I think. A lot of articles on the internet will tell you that, oh, babies have their own speed, follow your baby. Well, I feel that the maximum leeway you should give a baby is maybe 1 or 2 months, because after that you have a problem and you should definitely try to talk to your doctor about it. But I do want to say one thing though. Do not, under any circumstance, put rice cereal in your kid's milk after they're 3 months old or whatever, because your whoever told you that it will keep the baby fuller for longer. This is a myth, and you could potentially choke your kid. It will also cause overfeeding problems in the future, and that is why I actually wanted to stay away from spoon feeding, because when it comes to spoon feeding, you don't know how to gauge. I mean, you're not the baby. You don't know how much food they need or want. You're just gonna keep feeding them because you feel like they should at least eat so much, and that causes a lot of overfeeding problems. That's why a lot of people, I think Asian kids, have a unhealthy relationship with food. Because I mean, think about it. Your mom will always tell you, hey, finish your food. If you can't finish the rice, at least eat the meat. But then the thing is, if you're full, you're full. So don't like force yourself to finish the food just because you don't want to waste it. I mean, I understand that wasting food is wrong, but bless you, baby, bless you. But if you're always going to overeat, then take less. So baby-led weaning allows your kid to control the amount that they're eating, and by allowing them to self-regulate, it will teach them what full feels like. And I think that's really important, having a good relationship with food, because otherwise it's just going to be a lifelong battle of diets and exercise. But if you just learn how to put the right food in your body, you won't have to go through all that. There you go. So I also don't believe in like rewarding a kid with food, because you're just gonna create that unhealthy association that every time they do something good, they deserve a sweet treat or fried chicken or whatever. Because I have a really bad relationship with food. I used to go to McDonald's every time I was upset because it would make me happier to eat fries. You shouldn't be using food to feel good, because that's what leads to eating disorders. But that is a topic for another day. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and like my Facebook page. Follow me on Instagram. You can follow them too. Until next time, bye! Bye! Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, I bought so many things for... Okay, almost done, baby. Okay, so I bought a lot of things in preparation for their baby-led weaning journey. I got these full body bibs from IKEA, and I used them a total of 1 time. I also got this picnic mat. I'll keep that for camping purposes, but you know, if anybody is looking for this, just slide in my DMs. But what I want to say is, don't buy everything that you think your baby might need, because it's never too late. But once you get something, it's very unlikely that you're able to return it. Wise words from Veyroniqa.